Hi, today we're going to be talking about what weather is and how do scientists measure the weather. So you are going to need your Unit 4 notebook. You can either use the one that's in your lab kit or you can go to Schoology, go to where it says Unit 4 weather, and then click Unit 4 weather, and then if you scroll down, that's where the electronic version of the notes is. All right, so let's jump in. We're going to open up to page 5. It looks like this, page 5. Okay, so we're gonna start at the top. What causes weather? Weather is caused by the sun. Thermal energy from the sun causes uneven heating of Earth's atmosphere. And that's what causes weather. And warm air in the atmosphere will rise and cool air will sink, and that causes, so the uneven heating is what causes that air to move around and to create clouds and to create air masses and fronts, which we'll talk about a little bit later. So go ahead and write this down. And these 4 things cause weather. Temperature, so changes in temperature in the atmosphere, differences in air pressure, the wind, and humidity, which humidity is the amount of moisture in the air. And so warm, you can have wet air and you can have dry air, you can have hot or cold air masses, and we'll talk a little bit about this later. So pause the video if you need to and write that down. Press play when you're ready to go. Okay, weather is different from climate. Weather is the current state of the atmosphere at a specific time and a specific place. So like Wednesday, it's in the 30s degrees, like that's weather. It can change in just a few hours. You've probably noticed this before, where it'll be sunny 1 hour and then the next hour it can be raining. Weather changes over a short period of time. And some examples, if you ask yourself, will it rain today? Is it windy outside? You're asking about the weather. So go ahead, pause, write that down. Okay, climate is the average weather in places over a long period of time. So for example, this map here shows the different climates throughout the world. So what climate is Virginia? If you look here, we're about here. So we're right between humid subtropical and humid continental. So that's our climate. That describes the average weather that we experience in Virginia. It takes hundreds, thousands, or even millions of years to change the climate. And it's pretty stable. It doesn't change like weather. And here are some examples. If you ask how hot are summers in Honolulu, you're asking about the climate. If you're wondering how often it rains in December in the state of Virginia, that's climate. And decisions you make regarding your house is determined by climate. So for example, in Virginia, we need air conditioning in our house because it gets really hot in the summer. But my sister lives in New Jersey, and up there, it's common that the houses, especially the older ones, don't have air conditioning units because it doesn't get as hot. So her house doesn't have an air conditioning unit. And that's determined by the climate. All right, so go ahead, write this down, and then go back to Schoology for the next step.